got his heart in the beat, but corruption creeping in, gotta take back the street. But corruption creeping in, gotta take back the street. From the French Quarter vibes to the Ninth Ward grind, he's the voice of the people, yo, he's one of a kind. Talking about the struggle, the hustle, the pain, but with each word he drops, he's bringing power to the game. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Try to silence the truth, but he's loud and clear. From the bayou to the block, everyone can hear. Got the people united, it's a movement, no doubt. With his mic in hand, he's breaking all the clout. City eat the official scheming, yeah, they playing it slick. But Gerod's on the line and he's ready to kick. For the schools and the streets, he's fighting the fight. With a heart full of passion, he's igniting the night. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. From the jazz in the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerod on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. In the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerod on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul.
Break it down, break it down.
Yeah, tuning out, let the truth resonate.
Let it resonate, y'all.
With Gerod on the mic,
he on the mic.
we're rewriting our fate.
Boy, it be piling up in here. It be piling up big time.
In New Orleans,
in New Orleans,
the power is ours to embrace.
You gotta lift up this place, baby.
Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place.
Come on.
Good thing we don't have smeller radio.
Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans,
There we go.
the power is ours to embrace.
That's the song that gets me going. That's the one that gets it all hyped up. Now I got a hater. Why you hating?
I don't hate. I just don't care.
You just a hater. Just straight up hating. Just hating. You know, folks really starting to stop me now and saying they really like the song.
It's just being nice to you.
Yep. They really like the song. So, got something for you.
What you
Got
got?
a lot of stuff for you. A lot of folks this weekend because we were out at Nefertiti. I was riding with the OPSO deputies and Sheriff Susan Hudson this weekend in Nefertiti in New Orleans East. Got a lot of folks that said, "Tell Wick, hey." I said, he probably out here. Then I thought about it. I was like, I'm telling a lie because I know you ain't at no parade in the cold.
And you're right.
I know he ain't out here. I don't even know why I said that.
I was still getting over what I had.
Huh?
I was still getting over what I had.
Really?
And that whatever that stomach virus is that's going around, boy, you don't want that.
How you feeling? You feeling all right?
Huh?
You feeling all right?
I'm better now. I feel great now.
Yeah. Since you were out, let me go ahead on and fill you in some of the stuff that's going on. They're finding out that the Harvey office of the office building in Harvey where you got your food stamps and your driver's license off of the West Bank
Now that
Expressway.
then we talked. Then we talked about that while I was still here.
Yeah. Well, I got the I actually have the intake forms for
Oh.
anybody that worked there. If you are one of those folks, I have the forms with me now. I have the forms, so you actually can call Wick and give me your email address. I'm putting you to work today, by the way. Thank you for volunteering to do
my butt.
that. Call the radio station right now at 504 942. I'm sorry, 504-582-9422.
Yeah, give out that cell number.
I'm about to give out somebody else's number. 504-582-9422. I have that intake form for you, and we'd love to get you to be one of those that could be a part of that class action that may happen very soon. Because you'd be surprised on how many people were at that office. And I wouldn't be surprised to say that the folks that just went there to have to go back and forth to do their business, whether it was food stamps or whether it was getting your driver's license done, because all of us have been to that building at some point in time. I was there, but I wasn't there long enough to say that I worked there because I didn't. So make sure that you get, that taken care of, and because we want to make sure that you are okay. We need to make sure that you, my friend, are okay. Over the weekend, a lot of stuff. Did you get a chance to watch the Grammys last night? Did you watch the Grammys last night?
Nope.
Bruh.
I had no interest.
You should have watched it last night.
No
now, I'm usually with you on it. Don't have no interest in it because, it doesn't affect our genre and all this other stuff. And I'm going to just be a little bit biased because you usually don't see the black artists. But last night was Black Night.
Really?
Bruh.
Bruh?
Bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh. I was like, what in the world? And they even did a montage of songs last night with one artist to the other one, and Leon Thomas performed.
Who?
Leon Thomas.
Who's that?
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
You a DJ?
Mm-hmm.
Take your time. What's the rush? Because, baby, I'm a dog, not no much.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that song.
Ooh.
See, that's the thing. Since the change
that was
in
my
music,
version.
I don't pay attention to the new stuff.
Bruh, that's one of the jams, though.
I don't pay attention to the new stuff anymore.
Take your time. What's the rush? You know what I'm talking about?
I know the song you're talking about now. Just because of that one line, I'm a dog or whatever.
I'm a dog.
That made me remember. I'm like, so songs that have something about I'm a dog. I mean, really, I'm sorry. I just can't get into stuff like
that. He was using that in a sense of, I'm not a dog. I'm not a mutt. I'm not one of those that's just going to
I'm not going to sit there and analyze the song.
I analyzed the song. But it was good. It was very good performance. So I was very happy to see that. I mean, and then Lauryn Hill brought everybody to the stage.
She was on time?
She performed on time.
You sure it wasn't pre-recorded?
Nope. She performed, brought Wyclef Jean on.
I thought he was in trouble.
Huh?
I thought Wyclef was in trouble.
Nope, he performed. Who else performed? What's his name from Tony? One of the brothers.
Raphael Sadiq?
Yep. What's the guy that sounds like Marvin Gaye? What's his name?
Oh, you're talking about dang, I can't remember that boy's name. But his stuff I like. That boy is bad.
He performed. Then they brought up they brought so many people up. This is like a 10, 15-minute piece. And they had both bands. They had Roberta Flack's band. They had the keyboard where D'Angelo usually plays. They were sitting on the stage empty. Nobody's there. And they kept showing the shot of the keyboard where he'd usually be sitting there playing. Because they did a tribute to Roberta Flack, Angie Stone, and D'Angelo. They had all three bands together on stage. I thought that was wonderful. And it was led by your girl.
I guess I'll go catch it on YouTube.
Lauryn Hill. And she did a wonderful job. She called everybody up on stage. And let me see who else performed. I was a little thrown off with Justin Bieber's performance. He performed. and he had on shorts that looked like drawers, long drawers, no shirt. He played a guitar that he could do a hook to. He played the hook and recorded it and played it back as a loop, and then had a 808 where he was putting the beats in.
That boy ain't never been the same since Puffy got a hold of him.
But he sang Yukon. You know the song Yukon? Come on now.
Man, I tell you, I don't listen to new music.
But
I'm
you
old
are
school.
a CHR genius. You don't know Yukon?
Nope. I don't listen to that stuff, bro. I'm old school.
I'm so disappointed in
Well,
you.
because our music is gonna last forever. That music today is gonna be around for.
That was a
2
good
months
song.
and
That's a good
gone.
song. And then your girl, her craziness, she came out there with a hat on her head that covered her whole head, and she sang through the front of it.
Erykah Badu,
Gaga,
Lady Gaga. Oh yeah, well,
Lady Gaga. She did her thing. They tried to get Bad Bunny to perform, but he ended up performing. Your boy did his new song last night from Silk Sonic.
you know,
Who am I talking about?
talking about
Come on.
um, coming in concert here.
Yeah, he coming down here in concert.
Just because I'm trying to think of a name, I can't think of the name.
Huh?
Just because I'm trying to think of his name, I can't think of his name. Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Exactly. He did
I
his
know
song.
his stuff.
Huh?
I know his stuff.
Well, you know he got a new song.
Yeah.
So he did his song last night with his band.
And see, that's the thing I love about him. He's a true musician.
Yeah, he's a performer. He's a performer and he's a musician. So
anytime I see a band that has a horn section, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to pay attention.
Horn section was on there. And then when they were out in the audience, they had Trevor out in the audience trying to get Bad Bunny to perform, but Bad Bunny kept saying he couldn't perform because he was part of the Super Bowl.
He is the Super Bowl.
Right.
And
he
boy,
said, I cannot perform
them
beforehand.
people,
And they brought the horn section of Bruno Mars' band out to play for him, and he ended up doing a little bit of it.
that's the thing. Them peoples is mad. I said peoples is mad. Them peoples is mad because of Bad Bunny. But
and
you know what I would love to see? I would love to see the reaction if they would have brought Nicki Minaj out of there.
They
Boy,
did bring Nicki Minaj out.
They didn't boo her?
They all asked questions. Trevor Lawrence, and why I keep calling him Trevor Lawrence? Trevor Lawrence is a football player. But he kept asking her different questions and making comments. And, of course, he made a comment about Trump. So Trump has now hit the fire.
Wham.
And has threatened to sue him. He said he's going to sue him
Cry baby.
because of his comments on air.
I'm to sue these.
I thought that was funny.
Trump is a
So,
big
But
wuss.
I got to tell you, this is the first time that I have sat through and watched for a long period of time those Grammy Awards. And they did it one behind the other. I thought that was interesting how they performed and had all the performances one behind the other. And then you take a break. And then they go to commercial. And then they come back and do an award. And Cher messed up last night on stage. She came out there, told everybody about her. She got the Lifetime Achievement Award and then walked off. And then she was supposed to give another Lifetime Achievement Award, but she walked off the stage. He had to come on and say, could you please tell everybody who the next recipient is for the Lifetime Achievement Award? It was funny. And then there was some girl, I don't even know who she was, but I should have went back and tried to find out who she was. She was so excited. She was so excited
Sound like a
to
song.
win. She got up there and just had a couple of F-bombs. They beeped her out, but they missed one because it was live television. I said, boy, that is funny. That is so funny. So you heard the big F-bomb last night on live television. And it was like, yeah, oh, Lord, F.
Oh, you ain't never heard it before.
So that happened last night. So I thought it was actually pretty good though. That was the first time that I would say. And then Trevor said this was his last time hosting. He would not be hosting again. I said, "Oh boy, now ain't that funny?"
I used to love to watch Trevor. Boy, he used to just sock it to Trump.
Huh?
He used to just sock it to Trump. That dude would have me in tears with the stuff he would say about that man.
Well, he socked it to him last night because the boy came in and said that. Lisa telling me that that's Lola Young who went on and did the F-bombs. I thought that was interesting. It was really interesting. But guess what the topic of conversation was from all of them?
What was it?
Say no. ICE. ICE. Say no to ICE. When Bad Bunny won, first thing he said is, before I say thank you, God, I'm telling everybody, say no ICE. And the crowd just erupted. It erupted. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Super Bowl is because he actually went off with a political statement. And I can imagine what his net worth went up to last night with the song or album of the year. And, of course, him being on the stage but not being able to perform. So now everybody's going to want to see what his performance is. It's going to be interesting.
Trump already graced us by saying he's not going to go to the Super Bowl. Like, thank God.
Well, I think he just did himself another disservice by telling everybody that he's going to sue the host of the Grammys because he cut a joke on him. Let's everybody know.
He's a thin-skinned crybaby.
Yep.
He even said, I'm thin-skinned. So if you say you're thin-skinned, that means I'm going to drive on you even more. I'm going to put a wood grain steering wheel in your back and hit the gas.
Lisa's telling me the name of the Lola's video is called Messy. Very good. Thank you, ma'am. So I guess Lisa watched it too. And I was glad to see that our locals, the locals here, won. John Baptiste won. Of course, they did a tribute to the Zydeco King. Nobody else seems to be able to get that Zydeco right except from Louisiana. They won. And everybody, PJ Morton, won Gospel Album of the Year as well. So congratulations to our folks right here in the state of Louisiana and in the city of New Orleans for representing. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, we got to take our break. We'll take a break here. We'll come back, have some more conversation in just a minute. Everybody hold tight. Everybody hold tight. More coming up in a minute right here on WBOK.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome to Chemical of the Month from the Community Scientist and Rise St. James. This month's focus is polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, or PAHs, formed when fuels like oil, gas, wood, or trash are burned. These chemicals can enter the air we breathe and settle into our soil and water. Many PAHs are known carcinogens, adding to the health burdens faced by communities living near industry. Learn how to protect your health at risestjames.org.
What if just $50 could open the door to your new home? Godance is inviting you to enter their Key to Your Heart house raffle, where one ticket gives you a chance to win a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in the city of New Orleans. The drawing will happen on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Tickets must be purchased by February 12th at 11:59 p.m. Enter now at RAYZE.it/Key to Your Heart.
Hello, this is Ed Murray, and I'm a candidate for State Representative District 97. I'm running because our families deserve a fair shot. New Orleans is changing, and it's time our leadership reflects the future. I'm a father, an attorney, and my commitment is to this community. In the legislature, I'll fight to lower the cost of insurance, strengthen our public schools, and grow an economy that works for everyone, not just a few. I want my son and every child to be able to live, work, and thrive right here in New Orleans. On February 7th, please vote number 8 for Ed Murray for State Representative District 97, number 8 on the ballot. This message is paid for by the committee to elect Ed Murray.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. Welcome back. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened this weekend, too. It was cold. It was cold.
I can't argue with you on that one.
It was cold this weekend. And I was out there in it. We went to Nefertiti on yesterday, so got a chance to see a lot of folks waving at you. Hey. They said, hey, Wick.
Hey.
I said, he ain't coming out here. He not coming out here at all. Don't even worry about it. The other thing too, the candidates. One of the candidates. I'm gonna say one of the candidates walked that whole parade. One of the candidates running for office walked that whole parade from the beginning on Bullitt all the way down to Chef to shake people's hands. Had on his little T-shirt. I said, bro, you walked the parade. And look, not walked the parade and said hello. He walked the parade and kept up with the trucks. Shaking people's hands. Had his crew with him holding signs. I said, that's what it takes to get out here and win an election. Because he was serious. He was serious about it. He wanted to make sure that all the folks understood that he was running. And I said, baby, it's going to be interesting. So the election is coming up. You got 3 different sections. You got District, 97, 100, and 101. I think I saw Sidney Bartholomew Jr. On the parade route as well. I saw him right there at, where I saw him at. This was probably in the neighborhood of Lake Forest and Reed. Shaking hands and kissing babies. But I think these are the things that are needed. People need to see you. And they do. They need to see you. So what you got, I think it's crunch time. And I want to ask this question without sounding like I'm being Debbie Downer. Because I got to tell you about that too. Everybody like, what? I got to tell you about that too. I'm more than likely going to play because I'm glad that she did this. The mayor, Helena Moreno, laid out what she did while she was in Washington, D.C., which I was glad that she did it. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that she needed to do it, but she laid it out on Instagram for everybody to see. This is what I did while I was in Washington, D.C. And I have a copy of it, so I want to make sure that I played it. Because some of the stuff I thought was interesting, but there was one thing that I gotta let you play this one, Wick.
Send it to me.
I'm gonna send it to you because first things first. When I saw it, I said, I don't believe that. And then they're gonna say, well, you sound like you taking up for it. I don't know if it's that I'm taking up for, call it what you want, or I just don't believe the orange man.
You can't believe it.
Can't believe
Dang
too
thing
much.
he says.
Right.
So I had to catch myself.
So he made it a point to sit down at the Oval Office and say that he got a chance to meet Helena Moreno. And he said, I think she's a Democrat, like you don't know. I think she's a Democrat, and she thanked me so much for sending down ICE.
Lies.
I gotta say it's lies. So if it sounds like I'm taking up for Helena Moreno, then call it what you want. But I don't believe that lady sat down there and told that man, "Thank you so much for sending ICE." Because, our crime since you sent down ICE is barely near to nothing. I'm like, maybe he didn't hear what happened at Dookie Chase.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe he didn't hear what happened earlier this year with all the different murders that's happened. Maybe he didn't hear about all the different crimes that's happened. Maybe he just didn't hear. But he said that she said, her over there. He said that she said, "Thank you so much for sending ICE, because our crime is barely, nearly nothing." And he said, "I don't know why why they wouldn't want me to send ICE, all these Democratic folks." I was like, you got to be kidding me. How do you look somebody dead in the face? And it was at least 30 seconds of him talking about it. I don't think so.
Lies.
So you taking up for it too?
I'm taking up on that one.
Huh?
And I say he's a damn lie. He's a bald-faced lie.
Right.
Right.
I had said to myself, how do I come back on the air and say, let me go on and say this on the air? I just don't believe that. And you helping me. And I wonder, did anybody else believe that? Because he put it, and they got it on TikTok. They got it on every social media that you could possibly think of.
I hope she comes back and rebuttals it and says, I ain't talked to him like that.
Well, she came in and kind of laid out what she did while she was in Washington, D.C. But this part just made me go, nah, bruh. Anybody else might believe it, but I don't believe that. Maybe from some other part of I just sent it to you right then so you can see.
Let me say how we say it in New Orleans. You's a damn lie.
And I just said to myself, y'all got to be kidding me if you think that everybody is going to believe this in the first place. And if anybody believes that, which some people across the country would, because they have no idea what's going on here.
Bruh.
And they love him.
Because of the lousy media that we have in some places, they had people thinking that we still had water in New Orleans? That we were still flooded in areas?
I'm sorry, from the main break that we had over the weekend.
Well, that area, yeah. That right there, yeah. But they thought we were still flooded from Katrina in certain areas. I'm like, are you kidding me? What news outlet are you guys watching? Oh, it must be Fox.
It's been over what, 20, 21, 22
21,
years?
It's going to be 21 years this year.
Yeah.
And people, man, that's why I said that's how Trump got into office, because people are so stupid.
You got it?
Let me get off the soapbox and get that.
I just need you to get off your soapbox real quick and play.
I just got to say, like my boy Chris, you're stupid.
Get off your soapbox here, you and your boy Chris. Mm-hmm. And so we can play that real quickly, please. Thank you. Lord,
I'm back.
No, that is not a good thing. that is not a good thing. So I wondered who who believes that. Do you think that she said this to him or not? And me, I said, boy, if I sit up there and say that I believe this, I'm lying. I'm lying. Because I don't believe it. But I wanted to play it because I need y'all to know that I think your president is straight up lying, which I don't know if that's any different. But some things, when he lie, it hit straight at home. This one hit home because he talking about her and talking about she's a Democrat and she was so pleasant and she was going on and on and on and on and on about him sitting down the federal troops and she needed those federal troops. And since they've been down in New Orleans, there's hardly any crime whatsoever. And I sit up there saying to myself, he is looking at these folks dead in the eye, not laughing, not flinching, and lying and telling this. You got it?
No, I don't see. Where'd you send it? Because I don't see it in my inbox.
I put it on your messenger.
Yeah, I don't see it. Last thing I see is Angela.Boudreaux.
The Boudreaux?
Yeah.
That's not it?
And when I clicked on it, it says page is not available.
Really?
Yep.
Lord have mercy.
He must be listening and had it cut real quick.
I saved it. I just had to go and play this one for y'all. But anybody that believed it, that's the part that made me go, how many folks from other parts of the country are believing this? And does that bother anybody? All right, let me see. Can I send it now? It's going to be a link. But did it bother anybody? Okay, try that one out.
This content is not available.
Really?
Yep.
Maybe somebody stopped it from playing. Because they should have. But I copied it. I mean, I copied it because I was like, this dude is sitting up here like this is everyday thing. Oh, let me tell you about her. And I said to myself, some things you just have to look at and say, dude will lie looking in your face. And should you be surprised? Do you believe him? That he looked dead in your face and lie about it? All right, Kevin.
Hey, Gerard. I know a lot of it just became black last night, but look, if we've been around Caucasian culture, we know how they interact with each other. I mean, in a smart way. We know Donald Trump, well, not Donald Trump, the whole entire Republican Party and their supporters are sociopaths. The bottom line is this: if you don't humor them, you can only get that. You can only receive their ire. So I wouldn't be surprised. Helena Moreno has been around her culture, and I'm not talking about the Spanish culture. I'm talking about the Caucasian culture. Enough to know how to code switch.
How to what?
She knows how to code switch. Okay, she has to. She's a Mexican or Latin, so she has to know how to code switch to be where she at now and running in the circles that she's been running in to get to this point. And she's successful. So I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't tell him whatever he needed to hear. That's what the world is doing. We know, and I say we, I'm not talking about just black folks, sane people know this is insane what they're doing. And when they talk about America being great again, we know that's code for saying racist white supremacy is back in business in full force. So she knows that. So she can say whatever she has to say to deal with the sociopath. So she don't. So she can. Well, to avoid. I think it really is more avoiding with him. Him attacking another American city, New Orleans in this case. So yeah, I would say she's not gonna say anything. I don't think she's gonna say that's not true. It's not in her best interest. It's not in our best interest, in a sense, for her to poke the bear.
So you think
But
basically what you're saying is you think that she did say it because she know how to code switch.
Yeah, well, I think she entertained whatever brand of bull he was putting out.
It wasn't him putting it out. It was whatever she said to him. So not what he said to her, but he came back and said, "This is what she said to me."
Okay, how many people tell Trump what's going on in the conversation? Trump sucks all the air out of the room, whatever he's doing. So if he was talking to her, trust me, she wasn't doing too much talking. She was listening. Oh, and she just went along with the program, which is smart, I think. Because what they're going to do is evident. So she had no, look, she's smart enough to know who not to pick a fight with. And I think that's pretty much what's going to go down. Just like all the wealthiest people on the planet and nations know not to pick a fight with that sociopath.
Okay. All right, Kev. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the call.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank y'all.
More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
I'm David Patan Sr., owner of Whole Water and Food Over Medicine Academy, coach, consultant, and instructor. We're excited about our 21-day challenge. Stop, prevent, and reverse disease today. Cholesterol, diabetes type 2, high blood pressure, along with chronic illnesses and diseases. We believe that the gift of wellness is the greatest gift, and for $30 per month, $1 a day, you could have this gift for you and your family.
I'm Phyllis Washington, and I've benefited with health and weight loss.
For your gift of $30, healing and wellness can be yours. Call 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. The Whole Water Store. See you at 2135 Washington Avenue today. Well, saints of God, this is Pastor David M. Patan Sr. coming to you over the airways of WBOK, your favorite host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want to invite you to our show every Saturday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. That's Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want you to invite your family and friends to a broadcast that's designed to change your life, the way you think, the way you act, and what you eat. We want you to tune in every Saturday at 1 o'clock, WBOK, 12:30 a.m. See you on Saturday.
If someone asks, let them know you listen to WBOK. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. Welcome back. right, 504-582-9422 is my number. So am I giving the benefit of the doubt? We're having a couple of issues on trying to get it up. Get it up.
I'm going to leave that completely alone.
Yeah, got a couple of issues of getting it up.
Because when it's up, then it's up.
Yeah. Bringing it up. How about that one, dear? Bringing it up.
I got to stop listening to Cardi B.
Oh, Lord. A couple of issues of trying to get this one to play. I don't know why. You think they got rid of it? You think they?
Without a doubt.
I saved
because
it.
you know Facebook is a supporter of him.
Huh?
Facebook is a supporter of the Orange Cretin.
Well, if that's the case, then I mean they would keep it then because he's the one talking. No, nobody else. Just him. Just him.
It's gone.
So that's the point that made me go, what? What? But I've gotten to the point now where there's some things I'm going to look at and say, oh, yeah, that's cool. But the other part I got to look at and say, I don't know. And I'm hoping that I'm being a little bit fair about the whole process because I got several calls last week, of course, of them talking about something. You need to stop doing this to Helena. Ain't nobody done that to Helena. You need to stop what the girl name is. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Trying to show off because she got my telephone number. Thinking that I'm going to listen to her. I'm not. I'm going to keep bringing up stuff that I want to question. This ain't no cult. And this is definitely ain't no Trump issue because y'all acting like Trump. And that little dude call himself an influencer ain't nothing but a daggone gossip column. But he can keep talking about me and keep posting stuff about me. I really don't give a damn. Yet what they don't know and what y'all don't know is that he tried to come over here and work. We let him go because he's stupid. Yeah, I'll tell you later. Call himself a little influencer. He posted something about me. Called me I'm the something of misinformation. I'm like, yeah. Nobody gives out more misinformation than he does. We even hired him to do some stuff for Window when they did all of those postings that they had because he needed a job. Saying, I'm going back to California. Please leave. Please do. You ain't left yet? Get him a ticket. Let him go. Please do. All right, let me get you something else too while we try to find. We are going to find that information that he put up about saying that the mayor came out and told him I'm typing it in now. I have it on mine. I can play it from my computer. I might have to let you go into my site over there so that you can play it. Because I'm telling you, that to me did not sound good at all. Oh, you know what? It's on YouTube. It is on YouTube. Wow. I'm going to send you this. So everybody needs to pay attention to this. And what you need to pay attention is the fact that this man is trying to get himself in a position where he's trying to get other Democratic cities to take ICE in their city. Now, y'all know that we're in another temporary, or should I say somewhat small, government shutdown. Will it grow, or will they come to some type of conclusion to say, hey, I know that they've been asking for ICE to not wear masks, have some type of law enforcement training. And some other stuff. But will they do it?
I need you to be quiet for a second.
Huh?
I need you to be quiet for a second.
You got it?
If you look at New Orleans, as you know, we went there about 4 weeks ago. I was with the mayor of New Orleans last night. He was at the premiere, and she was at the premiere. She was great. I believe she's a Democrat. She came over. She thanked me so much. She said crime is down more than 50% in just a few weeks. And you couldn't even walk down the street in New Orleans. It's so bad. And now they let us in there, and she is thanking me so much, so profusely. She was great last night.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. I couldn't hold back. That fool, bald-faced lie. Y'all this damn mind. He's so worried about the Epstein files and that pedophilia case.
Play it one more time. I want to break something down. Now, he said that she went to the Melania premiere. I don't know if anybody realizes that they trying to keep that out the news too.
That sucked.
It flopped.
Flopped.
It
That ain't the word
flopped
for it.
the first weekend and the release of it. It flopped. I know in Rotten Tomatoes they gave it less than 1%.
If you look at New Orleans, as you know, we went there about 4 weeks ago. I was with the mayor of New Orleans last night. He was at the premiere, and she was at the premiere. She was great. I believe she's a Democrat. She came over. She thanked me so much. She said crime is down more than 50% in just a few weeks. And you couldn't even walk down the street in New Orleans. It's so bad. And now they let us in there, and she is thanking me so much, so profusely. She was great last night.
Wow.
If he truly believes that, come walk the street of New Orleans yourself. You'll find out real FAFO. That's all I got to say.
I'm trying to figure out, do the people of this city think that, number one, did she go to the premiere? I don't think she, and that's why I said I'm gonna sound like I'm just like all up her, you know what thing. I was like, I don't think she went to that premiere, and I have from her, and I think everybody else has that on social media. What she did while she was in D.C. She laid it out what she did while she was in D.C.
Man, I wish
none of this included going to the premiere of Melania.
I wish Madam Mayor could call us right now.
What?
I would love to talk to her right now. Just
about what?
About him and his lie.
You're not going to interview her. No,
I know. I mean, but I would
thank
love.
you very much.
Love for us to talk to him.
No, we don't. We not doing that one. I doubt if that would ever happen.
Yeah, but it would be nice.
You want to call City Hall? Call City Hall.
City Hall closed.
Call her live on air.
They're closed.
Go ahead.
They're closed.
Go ahead, call them.
No, you call them. They're closed. I'm gonna get the message. And plus, you got the phone right there. You know the number by heart.
You want me to call her cell
Yeah.
phone? I call her cell phone.
Triple dare you.
You know better.
You know I know how to push your buttons, bro.
Yeah. You know better than to
double dog dare.
Nope. I just wanted it myself. What would you be doing all of this for? For what reason? Now, look, nobody's questioning the fact that we have to get some type of federal help, especially when we have all these major events, or we get a SEAL rating, some kind of SEAL rating or something of that sort, or we need some type of federal help when it comes down to all of these disasters that are happening. But the fact that this man would sit there in the chair and just lie. What did you ask him for? I'm hoping that this is not the case. But she did tell everybody that she met him. And try to pull that one up too, so that y'all can see what happened while she was in Washington, D.C. All right. We also have to figure out some stuff because I don't know if this is coming to some type of conclusion, but you may not know, and we'll try to pull up some articles so that you can hear about it. But Savannah Guthrie, the news lady on NBC and the Today Show in the morning, They are finding that her mother is missing. Savannah Guthrie's mother is missing, and they're saying it's a crime scene at her house. And the reason why they know that she's not just missing is because she walks with a walker, and there's no way that she could have just left the house. So Savannah Guthrie's mother is missing. We'll keep you up to date on that as well. News is coming up next. Y'all hold tight.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. CARE Florida is holding its annual Muslim Day and the state capitol just weeks after Governor Ron DeSantis labeled the group a foreign terrorist organization.
We should be entitled to the same benefits and the same respect as every other religious group in this state.
CARE is suing, calling the order unconstitutional and defamatory. Faith leaders and advocates are gathering in Springfield, Ohio for the Here We Stand National Day of Activism, protesting the possible deportation of Haitian immigrants. About 15,000 Haitians could lose legal residency as the Trump administration lets temporary protected status expire at midnight. And Kendrick Lamar's album GNX won Best Rap Album at the 2026 Grammys. The win makes Lamar the most awarded hip-hop artist in Grammy history, passing Jay-Z. He's now a 27-time Grammy winner. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Wow, folks, crazy. This is Black History Month. It is Black History Month, and I want to make sure this month, especially during this show, that we don't forget that this is Black History Month. Listen, I want to make sure that we educate ourselves, know who our ancestors and what they've done, whether we are talking about contributions today or contributions yesterday. We're going to make sure that we educate each other about who they are and what they do. And you, my friends, keep us updated on some things that we may miss that you think we should be putting out here too. Because we had a lot of folks out of New Orleans that are part of Black history. And so I said to myself, I said, I don't want to be considered one of those that forgets who we are and how we got here. So I told Wick, I said, Wick, make sure that we are.
I said what?
Y'all see what I got to go through? You make sure that we go through who we are. So I said, let's take a lot of vignettes and educate our folks that you might not know that these people exist. So if you could, sir, would you please let them know about our first Black history person that we want to honor and give some type of credit to? Oh, Jesus.
No, I didn't want to play it first. It was giving me some issues. I think something's going on. They don't like it. But here we go.
Did you know a Black woman scientist secretly saved millions of cancer patients while the world never knew her name? In 1943, Dr. Sadie Tanner Mossel Alexander worked in classified government laboratories when cancer meant certain death. She was one of the only Black scientists with wartime nuclear security clearance. While others focused on weapons, she saw something different in radioactive isotopes. Cancer treatment didn't exist. Patients were simply sent home to die. But Alexander discovered specific isotopes could target cancer cells without destroying healthy tissue. She faced constant discrimination, working twice as hard to prove her calculations were correct. Her breakthrough came in calculating precise radiation dosages that could actually cure terminal patients. The first patient given days to live made a complete recovery using her isotope therapy. Then another and another. Her nuclear medicine techniques became the foundation for modern radiation oncology. Millions of lives saved worldwide, yet her work remained classified for decades. Hidden genius, saving the world in secret. Did you know a black woman?
That was it.
And there we have it. I think that we have to give ourselves a big round of applause because we got some smart folks.
That's something I didn't even know. For real. That's something I did not know about this lady.
Can I finish?
This is very beneficial.
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
You listening? You all right?
I'm really impressed.
I can tell you back. I can tell that you missed us while you're on, because you talking more today than I.
You missed me.
Yeah, no, I can tell
Yeah,
you.
you did.
It's all right. Let me pet you in the bed. You want to pet?
I got some time to make up.
I can tell that. Would you please tell everybody why you were out? You never did.
That stomach virus that's going around.
It's not a stomach virus.
Yeah, it is. I looked it up. Norovirus something. It's called something like that. Boy, that's something I wouldn't wish on. I wouldn't wish it on you.
Well, that means a lot to me. Thank you.
It was nothing nice. And then the stomach cramps, the bubbling. I don't want to go into details. I don't want to go into details.
You finished?
Because I got to, when Jeff called me, I said, man, I'm not going to be there. He said, oh, man, what's going on? I got that stomach virus. I said, I don't want
Where'd it come from?
I don't want to be too graphic, but.
Where does it come from?
It's going around. It's just that you have to, if you shake somebody's hand or just be in their presence, someone that has it, you're going to get it because it's extremely contagious.
Okay. Well.
And one of Donna's friends called and said, damn, I don't feel good either.
Well, I'm glad y'all feel better.
Yeah, I feel better. It took a couple of days, but
I'm glad y'all feel today. Well, today is also Groundhog Day 2026. Pixatawny Phil. Did he see his shadow? They said after a frigid blast of Arctic air and a long duration of winter storm sweeping across the United States, bringing ice and snow, many are probably ready for an early spring. But unfortunately, the groundhog, he did. They said, yep, he saw a shadow. And said, we're going to get 6 more weeks of this type of weather. Oh, Lord. 6 more weeks? I don't know if y'all can take that. Because it was cold this weekend. I'm just glad we didn't get what they got up north. I talked to my folks up in North Carolina, and they were digging out of several places, but it wasn't even across the entire state. Charlotte got hit pretty hard, and I think they got hit pretty hard somewhere near the Virginia border. Somewhere in that area, they probably got a lot of it too. But most places got somewhere between 4 to 6, and then other places got somewhere between 8 to 12 inches of snow. So I'm glad that we didn't get that one, because I know that we would not have been able to operate correctly with that type of weather here in New Orleans. Now, I need to talk to all my people uptown. And Wick, I just sent you something else. I need to talk to all my people uptown that were affected with this water main break. What was that, on Panola Street? Because they said that was like a 48-inch water main break. That was 100 years old. Good Lord. 100 year-old water main break and a 48-inch, I guess that's the diameter. We ready? Go ahead.
Wild scene in Uptown last night. Tonight, we are following the progress of repairs after a water main break left an Uptown area a complete mess. Good evening, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Whitney Miller. A boil water advisory remains in effect for parts of Uptown this evening. Our Sananda McCall joining us now live from Carrollton Avenue. Sananda, when can we expect the roads and the water to be restored?
Hey, Whitney. What we know so far is that on Thursday, the water line will actually be replaced. But first, I want to show you behind me. This is what cleanup looks like after such a chaotic weekend when the water came pouring out onto this street and impacting a bunch of residents on this road, breaking up the roads, leaving a mud mess, and a lot of neighbors just wondering, again, when this would all get cleaned up. So today I did speak with District 8 Council member Amy McGarren, who told us that Sewerage and Water Board crews have been out here working on the break, and they say that the water line that broke should be fixed by tomorrow. However, you may not be able to drink your water until testing is finished, which is expected to be by Thursday this week. She says the boil water advisory will likely stay in place until those results come back. Now, neighbors should also expect low water pressure through Thursday, and by then the streets should also be put back together for people to be able to drive on once again. Now, McGarren says she's been talking with the board about how to prevent breaks like this, especially with these old pipes. I'm told the biggest hurdle is funding.
Sewage and Water Board right now does not have the bonding capacity that they need because they don't have the revenue coming in to have that capacity to do these sorts of repairs. So, you know, it's something we're going to have to think creatively about.
Now, as far as that car that ended up in a sinkhole further down the street, that has since been pulled out. McGarren says she spoke with a neighbor who says it belonged to someone's niece who's actually on a cruise right now. They're not sure if she even knows that her car was involved in a sinkhole. The Sewerage and Water Board has a claims process for anyone who experiences damages like that. In Uptown, Sananda McCall, WWL, Louisiana.
All right, Sananda, thanks so much.
All right, there you have it. That comes from WWL Television. We appreciate them for letting us use their audio here. Interesting. And that was a nice article. I think that was a nice article to say, hey, you know, this is happening, break, da-da-da. But I know the people uptown got to be pissed. Especially when you saw that it caused a sinkhole that we lost a car in. The car fell in the sinkhole and it hit so hard that it deployed the airbag from the steering wheel. Good Lord. What does that mean? In my opinion, that means that water main has been leaking for a long period of time. And with it leaking for a long period of time, it started taking out, I guess, the sod, the soil that surrounded it, till there was nothing left. And then when it started becoming a gusher, there's probably nothing holding it down. And it was so bad that they're saying that it's not going to be really repairable, and they're working on it until Thursday. But did you ever expect anything like that to happen here in New Orleans or in your street, Uptown? They said that water main was 48 inches and it was over 100 years old. How do you prevent stuff like that from happening? How do we prevent that from happening? I think Amy, our city council person, is saying, hey, we don't have the funding to do it. We don't have the funding to do it. How do we invent the funding to do it? You take some of that we be paying and put it toward an emergency fund? Would that be a smart thing to do? Probably. Probably. But maybe we need to start thinking out of the box and seeing how we're going to be able to do that. So I hope nobody got hurt. Sometimes we get these things left out. And they get left out real quick, fast, and in a hurry when people get hurt. So I'm hoping nobody got hurt and didn't lose any of their stuff. Didn't lose any of their stuff. So we got to tell you that. The other big story that's happening here in the city, a search. Well, not in the city, but another big story that's happening in the country. A search. And I don't even know if everybody knows this or not. A search is underway in Arizona for the mother of Savannah Guthrie. Yes, Savannah Guthrie, the news anchor for NBC's Today Show every weekday morning. The Pima County Sheriff's Office said her mother, who is 84 years old, Nancy Guthrie, was last seen around 9:30 p.m. on Saturday at her home north of Tucson. She was reported missing around noon on Sunday. Y'all know the first thing I said was, I was like, well, maybe she just lost her bearings and maybe she's out there, yada, 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 yada. Maybe she just lost and maybe she went in the woods or something of that sort. Of course, I didn't have any of the information. Still don't have a lot of information. But the part that got me on this is that they're saying that she's 84 years old, right? But not only is she 84 years old, she gets around with a walker. She's not going anywhere. How's she going to leave with a walker? Well, I know plenty of people that can get around with a walker. Yeah, but you're not going to be missing if you're getting around with a walker. That means you can't honestly walk on your own behalf. You have to have help. So they've come back to treat this like it is a homicide case. I'm like, wait a minute. They sent the homicide detectives to her house. So it made me ask the question, what did they find in the house to treat this like a homicide? You got that link? You got it? Go ahead.
I believe it was around noon yesterday, we got a call to the Guthrie residence that Nancy Guthrie, 84 years old, was missing. We expended a lot of resources for a missing person that we typically always do. Our search and rescue volunteers, our search and rescue teams, other agencies, Borstar from Border Patrol sent their canines out. They worked tirelessly all day yesterday and all day tonight. I'm sorry, all day yesterday and all last night. To no avail. As I said yesterday, we saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we processed that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime, and we're asking the community's help. This community has always stepped up to help us solve some pretty tough crimes. I'm looking for that again. This is a 84-year-old lady who suffers from some physical ailments, has some physical challenges, is in need of medication. medication that if she doesn't have in 24 hours, it could be fatal. So we make a plea to anyone who knows anything about this, who has seen something, heard something, to contact us. Call 911. We don't need another bad tragic ending. We need some help. Our team is the best. I couldn't speak any higher. I think you know that. We have done some great work with our partners in the Valley. You know, this community, I have to give a lot of thanks to our law enforcement agencies all across this valley, whether it's the Tucson Police Department or some of the smaller agencies. They've all reached out. They've all offered to assist. The FBI, all of them. We work so close with them, and they are all plugged in. We'll continue to work closely with them. But what I really need is I need this community to step up and start giving us some calls. Let us know if you've seen something. We are right now at a time, and I apologize, everybody tells me I talk too softly. We are at a time where, in this investigation, we're now moving forward where we need to depend on technology. You know, our license plate readers, our camera systems throughout the community, anything, everything. And we will download all that data we have from the home, from different pieces of technology we've gotten, and we will use that to our advantage. But the reason I bring this up is that, you know, I'm a cop. I hate politics, but I have to remind our political leaders that they need to quit this banter of every time law enforcement leaders come to you for a need, that you give up these ridiculous remarks about how it's going to be misused. AI is a bad, evil word. The cameras are very bad and evil. I'm tired of that. Those tools in the right hands, with the right minds and the right approaches, are extremely valuable to solving crimes just like this. We need that. We need more staffing. We need a lot of things. But what I really need is I need the community's help with this. So I want to make sure before I take any questions, it is a crime scene. We know that. She needs her daily medication. And anybody that sees anything that even looks, hey, maybe that's her, just take a quick picture. Take a video. Send it to us. The number is real easy here locally. It's 911. You can contact our 88 Crime and remain anonymous. You can call me, anybody. I am here to take any questions you may have. It will be a little limited. I apologize for that, but we do have a crime that we need to protect its integrity. I have here Sergeant David Stivers from our homicide team. He has been up all night, so bear with us if we are a little bit fuzzy in our answers and responses, but we're both here for any questions you may have. Let's start, please.
Recognizing your limitations, but can you elaborate at all on what makes you believe it's a crime scene as opposed to someone who left home and just couldn't find out what that?
Well, I think I told you she is very limited in her mobility, right? We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the scene that indicate there was she did not leave on her own. We know that.
If you're not at plate readers, is there a vehicle associated with this?
When I told you we're now at the phase where we're looking at all the technology, all of that is being evaluated as we speak. Let me say this: we've not just thrown our search and rescue team out there. They're going to be doing some door-to-door with our criminal investigation team. It is not just our homicide unit. All of our criminal investigation detectives. I went out last night to the scene. There were probably 100 cars out there, all from the Sheriff's Department, all working this case. It takes a lot of manpower and a lot of energy. This team of mine worked throughout the night. They continue to work. David's had zero sleep, but he and his team are working as hard as they can.
Is there anybody else associated with her, a caregiver, a family member, acquaintance, who is also missing in some of your
No. The family, all of the family has been very cooperative with us. They're working with us. They're staying in touch with us. They have complete access to anybody on this department. Savannah has been in touch with us as well. Our hearts go out to them. This is their mom. She's just a great lady from what I've heard.
There you have it. That's part of the news conference. My issue in this whole scenario of issues, and I know I'm reading into how this is being portrayed, and I don't know if you all feel the same way. 504-582-9422. But it sounds like it's already a homicide. Did it sound that way to you? You sent your homicide detectives. You're telling everybody what kind of woman that she is. Something is at the scene that made you all say, oh, you got 100 cars outside. He's sounding like he about to cry and break down. What is really going on here? What are you all reading into this? And I know that, it might be a little bit early to be reading into it, but something don't sound right. It just don't sound right from the sheriff's standpoint. 504-582-9422 is my number. More coming up.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. After years of corporate boards diversifying, there's one group of people that are seeing a spike in hiring: white men. Bloomberg Equality reporter Jeff Green says that despite the larger DEI pullback across big companies, this shift might be because of a different reason.
The emphasis is on people who are CEOs or former CEOs. They're looking for that expertise, and over the last 5 years, that has been less emphasized. When you go for diverse candidates, you're just, by definition, they are much less likely to have been a CEO.
While the rise in adding white men as board members isn't related to the greater DEI pullback in the corporate world, it does highlight how a lack of diversity historically in big businesses is still having an impact on hiring today. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
In plain view for all to see, during a peaceful protest in Minneapolis, Minnesota, they gunned down a helpless man in broad daylight and then attempted to tell us that we didn't see what we saw. In fact, we sure as hell did see Border Patrol police slam VA nurse Alex Preddy to the ground, gang up on him like a pack of wild rabid dogs, beat and shoot him to death after they disarmed him. Preddy, a U.S. citizen, was not a threat. Video recording showed him only attempting to help an unidentified woman who was being thrown around by the Border Patrol goons like she was a rag doll. Preddy had been recording the incident with his cell phone. While Preddy lay dying, the Trump administration, without empathy or sensitivity regarding the tragedy and prior to an investigation, immediately began spreading a false narrative that Preddy approached the officers with a gun in his hand with intent to harm law enforcement. The video of the encounter clearly shows that Preddy was holding a phone, not a gun. The officers did find a gun in his waistband, It's not against the law to carry a concealed handgun in Minnesota if you have a license. There's no evidence that he ever reached for the weapon, which incidentally was already in police custody before they shot him. This was the second fatal shooting by immigration police, who 3 weeks earlier shot and killed 37-year-old Renee Good, also a U.S. citizen. She was shot inside her car as she tried to drive away from Border Patrol. The White House called the deadly shooting justifiable, alleging she attempted to run over the officers. The video tells a different story. Both tragedies have drawn widespread outrage, with citizens and lawmakers from both sides of the aisle calling for an investigation. The two shooters involved in the killing of the VA nurse have now been placed on leave. Gregory Bovino, the man heading Border Patrol, has been removed from his position. There are also calls for the resignation of Homeland Security Chief Kristi Noem. This crisis, ladies and gentlemen, demonstrates the dangerous situation faced by all of us at the hands of an incompetent, mendacious White House administration that would seemingly run a mile to tell a lie rather than just walk across the street to tell the truth. 2 innocent people are dead, a nation grieves, many of us are angry, even some Republicans are fed up. Maybe it's time to put a stop to this deadly foolishness perpetrated by thugs wearing masks, masquerading as law enforcement. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
Hi, I'm Imani Godan, founder of GoDance. GoDance is a nonprofit interdisciplinary dance organization rooted in New Orleans, providing access to dance education and sustainable, wellness-centered art practices. Right now, you can be a part of this work by participating in our Key to Your Heart house raffle. Our programs are open, inclusive, and community-centered, supporting artists, students, and creatives at every stage. Your involvement helps expand access, education, and opportunity for artists of all ages. To learn more and get involved, visit GoDance, GAUDANSE.org.
The Historic New Orleans Collection presents a new exhibition open through June 7th, 2026, The Trail They Blazed. Built collaboratively with people who participated in the local civil rights movement, The Trail They Blazed presents stories of social and racial justice straight from the people who lived them. Listen to leaders tell their stories of resistance and persistence in their own voices, recorded by the Historic New Orleans Collection. Plan your visit to 520 Royal Street in the French Quarter and reserve your free tickets at hnoc.org today.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. Welcome back. Let me give you this too. While I'm at it, I told him, I said I'd be more than happy to talk about this. This is Black History Month. And our good friend and family here at the radio station at WBOK, Dr. Torrance Sanders, texted me. He said, hey, man, we got something we need to get out there. Can you help me out? I said, definitely. On Wednesday, February 4th, from 10 a.m. until 12 noon at the Lecture Hall School of Social Work at SUNO, Southern University of New Orleans. It is Racism Then and Now and What We Need to Know. The presenters, Dr. Torrance Sanders from the Millie Charles School of Social Work, and Dr. Adrian Roll, who is the Dean of School of Nursing. That is going to be at SUNO, Wednesday, February the 4th. That is this Wednesday, from 10 a.m. until 12 noon, in the lecture hall at the School of Social Work at Southern University of New Orleans. Make sure you go and celebrate Black History Month and also go and learn some stuff that we probably did not know. And I know that Dr. Sanders is definitely going to lay it out for you, okay? That's this Wednesday, 10 to 12 noon at SUNO. Galloway.
What's going on, Brother Gerod?
You the man. How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, first of all, happy Black History Month.
There you go.
We are Black History 365, 24/7, but in the month of February, we extra black and extra Black history.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm darker than a shade darker than Shaka Zulu. right about now.
Not a shade darker. Not a shade darker.
Shade darker than soccer when it comes to celebrating black people. Y'all keep going on, man, with that stuff. You know, I called to talk to you about your mayor. Your mayor got.
You got
now,
what?
Trump, the mayor, your mayor got.
She got?
Yeah, let me explain it to you.
All right.
Trump and Helena Moreno credibility is about as good as O.J. Simpson putting on gloves in court. Neither one of them is going to tell the truth. The difference is how she got. Trump beat her to the camera first. Normally, Helena runs to the camera and give her spiel. Trump went to that camera first, and whatever she said, he twisted it and made it up to be whatever he wanted it to be. You got to remember, he did Steve Harvey like that. Remember they came down the escalator, shaking hands, and he said, "We're going to work on health care." Steve Harvey ain't never said a word about health care. That man almost lost his career. Remember, Steve had to go on an apology tour and almost had to cuss Trump out in order to save folks. Because, you know, black people came with the pitchforks for Steve. You going to take away the Affordable Care Act? You went up there and talked about that? That man ain't never talked about that. But Helena, that's what you get. You want to play in the camera? Now, the orange man plays in the camera on you. You got to remember what she said when she went to that black church. People accuse me of hanging around with the orange man. Now, homegirl, you got. Stop hanging around people like that. You did not have to go meet with Donald Trump. Whatever you went in there to talk to him about, we'll never know because there's three sides to a story. Your side, his side, and the truth. I'm telling you, that's what happened with that thing right there. But I also looked on everything. I'm glad you said that about Suno. Why New Orleans does not have any Black history programs for the city besides the library has the art competition. But if you look, you cannot find anything about what New Orleans is doing for Black history. That's wrong. That's wrong as two left shoes. Almost said something. Now you put a $1 million question out there. I don't think folks had it. Got it. That water break. Who gonna pay for that? I'm gonna tell you who gonna pay for it. The Sewage and Water Board said they ain't got no money. They own New Orleans money. New Orleans said they ain't got no money. So me, you, Wick, and every other taxpaying citizen is gonna pay for that. How much is it gonna cost? All that coverage they spent on talking about those that water main break, not one of them said it's gonna cost X, Y, and Z. You can't go down to Home Depot and go buy some pipes to put down in there.
Oh no, that's a 48-incher.
Exactly. So you ain't looking at no $1,000 fix. How much is it gonna cost? How much is street repair gonna cost? And then not talking about the people that stuff got flooded. Who gonna pay for that? So, hey, know what I said? If you see Gail Benson and Helena riding that horse together, you know how she got their money. Galloway up out here. Have a good one, brother.
But wait a minute. Hold on, Galloway, because one of the things, too, that I was thinking about, with that water main break, it made me ask the question, how many of these water mains do we have that are 100 years old? And how do you start looking at how do we pay for these things in advance? Meaning, I know in some streets, and look, don't get me wrong. This is my comparison that I do here compared to other states. With me being able to live in other states, it made me say, when they do different major works in those states, like highways and doing different infrastructure issues, they usually have dollars that are going to those projects before those projects are broken. So when those projects do break, they already got the money to fix them, or should I say before they break, they fix them. I know Jefferson Parish was doing it at one point in time. They were paving streets that didn't need to be paved. So we started asking questions about why y'all paving these streets and why y'all fixing these streets, and there's nothing wrong with them. They said at some point in time they're going to be, and when the money's available through the federal government, you got to get it, and when you get it, you got to use it. So we would get the money and say, okay, this street is going to be needing some type of repair in a couple of years. It's better we start doing it now instead of waiting for it to break and then have to do it and can't get the money. I said, that's smart. So you're actually costing yourself out by making sure that you got the money to do the work on the infrastructure before the infrastructure breaks down. So I guess my question in that example is, if we got 100-year-old 48-inch mains, how come we're not trying to do the looking for the money to fix infrastructure before it breaks?
Number one, you're paying the director and the people at Sewage and Water Board too much money. And they're not doing, we talked about this before, Gerard, there's no return on investment for Sewage and Water Board. You hit the nail on the head. We know these pipes are old.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me you don't got anybody out there checking on these pipes daily? Because all it was, the thing froze, and with the cold air, and then when it decided, pressure bust a pipe.
They expand. Yep.
They expand and it bust that pipe.
Mm-hmm.
They know this stuff, but you got people at the Sewage and Water Board that does not do their job. Now the brother that they got out there now, he sound good, but hey, time will tell. Because I'm telling you now, my estimated cost, and I may be wrong, this going to cost in the millions to fix. And people are like, oh, no, that's too much money. I'm like, bro, have you seen that hole? When you're swallowing cars.
Yeah, it swallowed the car.
Yeah, when you're swallowing cars, that just ain't your average hole, man. And just think about the type of concrete and cement and everything else that you got to use. None of that stuff is cheap now.
No.
And you just can't patch that one spot. You got to do the whole entire street. If not, guess what's going to happen? Down the line, another pipe is going to break.
We don't know how much sod and all the rest of that washed away just for the fact that it flooded the entire area. Not just one street, but I think it flooded that whole entire area. And for that car to fall in that hole, that just lets me know that it washed away prior to this big, I guess, event happening, that it had been washing away the filler. Because remember, they dump a whole bunch of pump sand in those holes.
Yes. And you know that pump sand does not work. That's my opinion.
I don't think it does either. So I have a friend of mine, and he is a engineer. And I think he works for Bow Brothers and a couple of other, he's a contractor. And they pay him so that he, number one, stops vibration, because whenever they're doing those big events and stuff, he got to make sure that the vibration is not too good, where it's, making your house vibrate and cracking your sheetrock and all of that other stuff like they had on Napoleon when they were doing all that work. But
yes.
But my question to him was, why did they put pump sand to be a filler? And he said they should be doing shells, because once you do shells, you put those shells in, and if there's some type of leak, when the moisture happens, when the water gets down into a different table or whatever, what happens is those shields then act as concrete instead of acting as individual shells. They mold together, and that becomes like concrete instead of washing away. I'm like, wow.
That makes too much sense.
Wow.
That makes too much sense for them to go out and find some shells to put down there. They did a quick, cheap fix with that sand. But I'm telling you, Gerard, it's gonna take more than sand, that pump sand, to do that. Probably they don't want to listen to nobody. They just had to get out there and say something instead of doing it right. And I always tell people, in the city of Orleans, folks will do the quick, easy fix instead of spending the right amount of money and do it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 100% sure that ain't the only 100-year-old pipe we got.
No. I've never heard anybody debate or say otherwise about that pump sand. Everybody says the same thing about pump sand. You put that pump sand down, it's going to wash away if there's some type of leak. And if you could tell that was that pump sand that was the filler in behind that pipe, because what happened is that thing was leaking and probably been leaking for a while, and it was just washing away the pump sand. Yep. Since the pump sand was not putting any type of pressure on that pipe, that thing just erupted. And when it did, here's all of your flooding happening, and it had washed away so much of that pump sand, it caved in, and here comes the car. The car comes in and puts itself in a crater. And it fell, because when it fell in, it deployed the airbag from the steering wheel.
So that had to be a hard explosion and a hard crash for that car.
Exactly.
So, hey, hopefully they can get it together. I mean, I have more confidence in this brother than I do of anybody else. I mean, he's sounding good right now, but I want him to understand, do it right. And I don't care how much it costs, do it right, because you're going to have this happen throughout the city. You know, we still got 6 weeks of winter. I ain't talking about that crazy field, that animal thing. Winter ends in 6 weeks anyway.
Punxsutawney Phil, man. That's Punxsutawney Phil.
Man, I believe one of them escaped monkeys before I believe that groundhog, man. Come on up out of here, man.
Look, the people around Louisiana, you know what they saying? They say, man, forget that old thing, man. We need to get a Nutri-Rat.
Man, I'm up out of here, man.
All right,
Galloway.
Gerod. I'll talk to you later, brother. Yes, indeed. More coming up, y'all. We got to take our last break.
AURN News.
Parts of the federal government is shut down as Congress remains deadlocked over immigration enforcement following the deadly shooting of 2 U.S. citizens by federal agents in Minneapolis. The shutdown began Saturday, but is far more limited than last year's 43-day closure. Congress has already approved about half of the government's funding for the year. Programs like SNAP, food assistance, and WIC will continue without interruption. About 42 million Americans who rely on food stamps will still receive their benefits. What is affected, though, is funding for the Pentagon, the Department of Homeland Security, and transportation, including aviation oversight. Many federal workers are still reporting to work, but could miss paychecks if the shutdown drags on. Democrats are refusing to support new DHS funding without changes to immigrant enforcement. In response, the White House agreed to temporarily fund DHS for 2 weeks while negotiations continue. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
I'm Leo Jackson, host of Sunday Gospel here every Sunday morning, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 12 o'clock till 2 p.m. You don't want to miss this move of God. It happens only on WBOK. You listen to all day long.
My wife was frying okra. She's from Mississippi, so that's her favorite thing to do. She left the burner on high, and it didn't take long to ignite, so I ran to the stove, grabbed the pot, and that's when I got burned from a grease fire. And yes, the pain was, it was bad. Oh, Blue Cross treated me great with the recovery process. On the financial side, it would be expensive without Blue Cross. And that's what I was worrying about because I was out of work for 3 months. I'm Chad. I'm from Baton Rouge, and I had Blue Cross for 10 years. I don't eat fried okra. That's the funniest story.
Louisiana Blue. The right card, the right care.
Tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon to What's Growing New Orleans. Hosted by Angel Vanderpool, What's Growing New Orleans is a weekly conversation about developing and growing Black businesses throughout the region. Brought to you by the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce.
Uptown, downtown, wherever you are, keep it locked in to WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. Welcome back. A few minutes here before we go, so let me make sure I get these things in because one of the, I'm getting a lot of text messages, and I want to make sure that I get that information out. Yes, the answer is yes. We did say this. This comes from the Bagnaris Law Firm. I'll tell everybody in particular that yes, I am working with the Bagnaris Law Firm and have been doing so for the past couple of weeks. And we found out something. During some investigations, we found out a couple of things, and this is one of them. One of them is that the old driver's license building on the West Bank, on the West Bank Expressway, and it was also where you used to go get your food stamps. Food stamp building, driver's license building on the West Bank Expressway may have some type of asbestos in that building. We've had a couple of folks that we've asked to go and get checked out and come to find out that they have a form of cancer. Now, don't use this as a scare tactic, because it is not. I think that Suzette said it best when she was here last week, and that was you need to go get yourself a checkup at the doctor first. But since I'm over there and, hey, Suzette's like, gee, you're going to have to do some of this too. And I'm like, okay. So she sent me just today the forms for those that need to fill them out, because this is going to probably be environmental asbestos exposure case. And if you want to be a part of it and you have some type of issue from possibly being in that building, we got the forms for you to fill out. Now, let me give you the number to the Bagneris Law Firm. It's 504-810-3995. 504-810-3995. The address is 1929 Jackson Avenue. 1929 Jackson Avenue here in the city of New Orleans. I'm going to be there tomorrow with these forms as well. I know that Stacy will probably be there. I know that Suzette will probably be there as well. And if you think that you are affected by this, you can fill the forms out. Please call us first. Let us know, because we don't want to not be there and you come by. All right. 810-3995. 504-810-3995. There was a lot of people that went to that building because every time I went to go get my driver's license, the number of people that would just be sitting in there chilling, the number of people that worked there, security guards that worked there, folks that worked in the back of the driver's license, because they had two different areas before you get your driver's license. The general area, and then if you had something wrong with your license, they send you in the back to go get it cleared up first, and then you have to go back and get another number. And these are some folks that had 20, 30 years under their belt, so they were in that building for a long period of time. We need to talk to you. 504-810-3995. Make sure that you call myself, call Stacy, call Suzette, call Emil, but call 504-810-3995. This is very serious. I can't say how serious it is, but it is very serious, and we don't want anybody to be left out and then come in and go, oh, Lord, how did I get inside? No. Do it now. Do it now. Make sure that you are calling and getting this stuff done. Call and get this stuff done. All right. The last thing I got, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to repeat it for him because I told him that I was going to do it, and I'm going to make sure that I do it so that he will know that we're not playing. We're going to get that out for you there. Like, what you talking about, G? I'm talking about the event happening at Suno on the 4th. Dr. Torrance Sanders said, I need to make sure that people understand what's going on with Black History Month, understand what has happened from then to now, and be able to get the information. So they're going to do a big event from 10 until 12 on the 4th. Look, I know that a lot of us may be retired. We don't have nothing to do during the day. This will be a great time for you to head on over to Suno and be in there from 10 until 12 at the Millie Charles Building with Dr. Torrance Sanders and Dr. Adrian Roll. Wednesday, February the 4th, from 10 a.m. until 12 noon in Lecture Hall, the School of Social Work. The name of the forum is called Racism Then and Now and What We Need to Know. Black History Month, Racism Then and Now, What We Need to Know at SUNO with your lecturers, Dr. Torrance Sanders and Dr. Adrian Rowe. Make sure that you go and support. 10 to 12 on Wednesday, this Wednesday. All right. We got that out. We wanted to make sure that you got the information. But I cannot stress to you, for our folks that have been in that building over off of the West Bank Expressway in Harvey, the driver's license building, and the food stamp building. Call us and write it down. 504-810-3995. 504-810-3995. I thank you for your attention on today. And we'll make sure that we get it done for you, all right? Make sure you ring. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow, I guess, Suzette Bagnaris, Attorney Dunn from Spokane, Washington. And we also have some other folks that are going to join us, too. We also have Miss Bridget Collins, who's going to be with us as we have more conversation about what's happening with the police here in New Orleans. Y'all have a great rest of the evening. We'll see you tomorrow.